Who is your favourite player though?
Why is that still on there?
We need to find that.
Nah, we do not need to find that.
Actually, the very next upload I did was a video sort of taking the mick out of Zoella's advent calendar. Well, act like a scaffolder.
Alright, Sam.
Do you want a 180 to start?
Yeah.
I'll just check the views, and it was on like 150k views, and I was like, that night it was on 1 million.
How did you find playing on the stage at Ali?
One of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done.
So welcome back to another episode of Chuck and a Chat, and today we have a very special guest in Jaackmaate.
Hello boys, looking forward to it. What are we chatting about?
Jack's very experienced in the darts world and has met a lot of the players, and is also quite a handy player as well. We're going to be asking him some questions today about his darting career and his experience in darts.
Looking forward to it, lads.
Perfect.
Would you want a 180 to start?
Yeah, go on. Let's just loosen ourselves up at 180 real quick.
Take 45.
Do you know what? Wait a minute. We have applications open.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Right, so the first question, I guess, the main thing, when did you start YouTube? And when did you see that you could take it to like the next level?
So I started when I was at school. So I think I was 16 when I started. And I watched a YouTuber called Charlie Is So Cool Like.
Yeah.
And what they were doing, they were just counting, they bought like 10 packets of wine gums, and they were counting how many different coloured wine gums you get in like 10 packs. I thought, I can do that. That's probably going to be my career for life, that. But at the time, no, you couldn't actually make money from YouTube when I started. So
really?
Yeah, I was just an attention seeker at school, and just wanted a way that, I just wanted to make funny videos that I could send to my mates. I didn't care if anyone else watched them.
Did you, so when you make them, what, did you just do like daily uploads, or did you just sort of?
I did like the odd sort of like 1 month I'd upload daily and stuff. But the problem with that is, being 16, like, you say some mental things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I look back on, luckily they're privatised now, but I look back on some of the things I would say as a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
That'd be like a bit of advice I'd give to like some kids out there. Like, if you start YouTube, think about what you're saying, because
it's always there then. And if you lose that channel, do you know, when it's like, if someone finds an old channel from ages ago that they can't have the details for, and it's like, why is that still on there?
Yeah, exactly.
I used to film myself playing FIFA 11.
Oh god.
Did you?
Yeah, that's in the archives.
We need to find that.
Nah, we do not need to find that.
I'm fascinated by everyone's like first video or first thing they put online.
I used to be called Burger Boy 86.
Burger Boy 86? Why 86?
I actually have no idea.
Is that birth year?
No, not at all. 97 was my birth year. I think 86 just looked good at the
97 was your birth year?
Yeah. Why?
I thought you were older than me, mate.
Really? What?
I'm 31. I thought you was older than me.
I've actually got quite a young face, I think. I've had a
but a young face, but you sort of like you kind of act like a scaffolder.
Alright, Sam.
Someone who's been on site for years and seen some things.
So when did you, like, making those YouTube videos, when did you see them and think you can go and get as big as you did? Like, what was the one video that you did, or was there one, or was there a multiple?
It was like they started to gain some traction. I was doing a series called 25 Things Everybody Hates, and I was putting them on Facebook as well, and that's where a lot of the views were coming from. And then I started doing a podcast called the Jaackmaate podcast with my friend Tom Norris, and we were lucky enough to get some pretty good names on there, like Ricky Gervais. And,
yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, and then the views started to sort of like decline, because I basically worked out that I needed to upload 2 videos a month for them to both get 30,000 views, so that's 8 videos a month to get 30,000 to pay my rent. That was like the basic 250 quid, pay my rent. And then we did a podcast, and I uploaded it, and I got like 8,000 views, and I was like, this is not sustainable, it won't work. But luckily, the very next upload I did was a video sort of taking the mick out of Zoella's advent calendar. A lot of people sort of found me through that. Yeah, it was £50 advent calendar. I got nervous there because the first one went in. I just stopped talking. Zoella was a popular YouTuber back in the day. She released an advent calendar for 50 quid. It was full of tat, and I sort of reviewed it and didn't think much of it. I didn't even know if I wanted to post it, because I didn't know if I'd be liable to get sued.
Right, yeah.
And then I was in the pub and I was hammered, and my mates, none of my mates care about my YouTube channel, by the way. They're just like, don't want to see it, you're an idiot. And then, but I showed them this one because I was like, this actually seems quite funny. And they encouraged me to post it. So I'd had a few jars, posted it. Next day I was driving to football, Sunday League football. I was at the McDonald's drive-thru in Norwich, and I thought, I'll just check the views, and it was on like 150k views. And I was like, wow, this is weird.
Yeah.
My last one got 8K,
Yeah.
and then by that time, that night, it was on 1 million, and I was having like newspapers call me up saying like, what do you think?
Quick.
Yeah, mate, that quick. Yeah. And then so after like in the week that week, my granddad come round. So my granddad's like my best mate and my like #1 fan, and he came round and we was watching the live subscriber count go up, and that was such a mad feeling.
What did you get to on that night?
I think I started before that video. I think I was on 300K, and I think at the end of that week I'd hit like 800, 900K. So the road to 1 million was much more feasible by that point. Yeah.
That is nuts.
So you was already on like 300K then?
I was already on 300K, but I'd built that up over maybe like 8 years. So it was quite stagnant. Like the people on there weren't really that active. So to get then 500K in the space of a week who were all active, they were then watching the next upload, the next upload. And then I sort of hit 1 million and just stopped uploading because that's a great business decision.
So we're talking about like obviously getting up to that sort of millions and all that. Did you ever expect it to get to that, or was it just a case of?
I did, you know. I don't know. I don't know if that's arrogance or weird kind of self-belief, but I always knew I'd hit 1 million. Like I was saying to my friends at school, like I'm going to hit 1 million subscribers one day. Maybe I said I'll hit 100,000, but I just always kind of knew that I'd do it. I can be quite lazy, but if there's something I want, I will go for it. But so yeah, it is weird because I did genuinely just stop uploading once I hit 1 million.
Why was that?
I don't know, mate. I think maybe I'd fallen out of love with it a little bit before hitting it, but I knew I needed to hit that goal, that number. And then so once I knew I'd done that, I was kind of like, not that. My heart wasn't in it at the end. So.
Yeah. And then obviously you started the podcast.
Yeah.
The Happy Hour podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about that, who is your, like the guests you've had obviously Van Gerwen, you've had Littler, you've had Gezi. Who would be your dream guest to have on there? It can be darts. We'll have a dart one and we'll have a celebrity.
Yeah, I've been very lucky to have quite a few characters from the darts world. Like you mentioned, Gezi was the first one that came on.
Yeah.
At MVG and Littler more recently. From the darts world, I mean, I've already had my dream darts guest, and that's Russ Bray. Like, I absolutely love that man to bits.
I've met him in a service a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
Eating KFC, he's a good man.
No, he's a top man, Russ Bray. I'd say like I know this is obviously a darts channel, but even if it wasn't, like I'd say he's one of my favourite ever guests. So him. Steve Bunting would be a good one to get on there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good one to get on
He's
there.
got big on social media.
A bit of a memer, isn't he? Loves the memes and that. Just had a baby though, hasn't he?
His TikTok.
Yeah, I have seen his TikTok.
Wow. You expect them sort of videos to get like 1 view.
I think people just love him, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. It's the personality of him. Yeah.
Who is your favourite player though?
Do you know what? He gets a lot of stick online. I saw some TikToker saying that they met him and he was rude. But Van der Berg, yeah. I met him and he is an absolute delight. I don't know, like I'm not saying that other guy's lying, but I've met him twice. And the thing with like being a popular YouTuber or whatever, people can treat you a little bit different if they know like, oh, I'm not going to be rude to this person because he's whatever.
Yeah.
But he didn't know who I was at the time, so I was just any Tom, Dick and Harry, and he treated me lovely. I asked him for a photo. I was at Blackpool actually in the hotel. He's absolutely sound, and people say like, oh yeah, his walk-on's a bit cringe or whatever. I think that's what darts needs, isn't it? That's what darts need. So I'm going to say he's my favourite player.
Yeah. The thing is, like you say, like a lot of the time these pros are in a mindset. He might have been in a mindset where he was preparing for a game.
Right.
You're going up to him and asking him stuff, and he might not want to talk about it at that point. Or he might these pro and Van der Berg obviously has a history of, he's got a psychologist because he struggled on the stage, and that's why he does a lot of waiting, he does a lot of calming himself down. And people don't know that, won't know why he stands back for ages or if he's calming his nerves or stuff like that. He does he has techniques for it. So,
And to be fair, you have to think about it, that is their living. You've got to do what you need to do to be able to win and earn the money at the end of the day. And if he does that and that works for him,
I think he's a lovely lad.
I've always loved his throw, to be fair. I've never met him yet, but
I'll tell you what I like. The hand in the pocket, walking back with the one hand in the pocket.
I did watch him at the World Series walk on dancing.
Oh yeah, we saw him do we at 9 darter.
Oh yeah?
We went to the first match play.
Oh,
it was our first ever darts event that we'd ever been to.
Wow.
At 9 darter, and it was like the second game in.
Quality.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Great atmosphere.
With a little hand in the pocket after as well. Beautiful.
So I think in terms of YouTubers, obviously there's been quite a lot that have risen and fallen. And the kind of inspiration behind us sort of starting this group was sort of very similar to the Sidemen.
Okay, yeah.
We like to think Sidemen of Darts kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
With their influence on YouTube,
Yeah.
how do you think that affected quite a lot of other YouTubers in kind of starting up channels
I think,
and other bits and pieces compared to sort of like what you did, where you kind of started individually based?
yeah, I mean, obviously they're the pioneers of like getting already established creators and putting them together to build something even bigger. But it's kind of like the format that we've seen work like across the industry, like for years, like the whole boy band thing, One Direction, like just getting people that are already established, put them together, it's going to work. But the main thing with that is the chemistry. Like whatever you think of the Sidemen, like whether you like them, whether you don't like them. And I like them individually as people. I don't watch their content, it's not for me. I'm 31 years old, but I think you can't deny that their chemistry's there. And that's something that you can't fake. You could all be super great individual YouTubers and dart players, but when you get together, does it click? Does it work?
Yeah.
So if you were to pick 2 other content creators in the world of YouTube
Yeah.
to start a group with,
Oh, it's a good question.
who would they be?
Oh, that is a good question. See, I might sound a little bit, I don't know if I can swear on it, but I might sound a little bit wanky when I say this. But I actually don't really, believe it or not, like that many YouTubers. I've been to a lot of events where they are, I just think they have sort of like, they've been given quite a nice lifestyle. And a lot of them do work hard for it, but I think a lot of them believe their own hype and they think they're above people.
Yeah.
So I just like, I will answer your question, but I just like sort of my little corner of the pub in like the Murderers in Norwich. I just like going there with, it's a great pub, isn't it?
Great pub.
I just like being with my mates from like normal backgrounds. Otherwise, if you surround yourself with these top YouTubers all the time, you can lose your head. And you can start believing your own hype.
Yeah.
So, what YouTubers would I pick?
Us.
I'd pick you.
Good value.
Yeah, great value.
I'm genuinely trying to struggling with a YouTuber to pick. Can I just pick like Robbie Knox?
Max Fosh.
Max Fosh, yeah, Fosh is a shout. I like Max Fosh. Who else? Bambino Becky I quite like.
Oh, yeah. I met her at Sky Sports event.
Was she pissed?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll pick Max Fosh and Bambino Becky, although I'm pretty certain that's a channel that would not work.
What would you make? What content would you make?
Mate, I imagine we'd be sort of like drinking whilst voting Tory.
And talking about this, going back to the Sidemen, obviously the dart side of it, I know some of them like darts and play darts. I don't know if you know, how big are they into darts? Do they play much? Or?
I'm not sure, mate. I know Ethan's done the... had a little chuck on stage at the Ali Pali.
Yeah.
I know he's done that. But in terms of, like, I remember, so my manager, Stuart Jones, he works with them a lot, and from Upload Media, and he basically, I was going to commentate on the Sidemen Dart video, maybe in the summer it was, but that fell through.
That was like the one where they were in the...
No, they didn't do it.
They don't do it?
Well, unless they just
did
spin me off.
They did like an electronic board one where it was like a forfeits
Oh,
thing.
was it? Right.
Yeah.
I think they were actually going to do a darts
Oh, were
tournament.
they?
Yeah, I think so. Unless they would just use that as an excuse to not have me do on the comms anymore. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I think Ethan's into it.
Yeah. I always see the dartboard up in their room when they do like their sofa content. There's a dartboard.
Right.
But
I don't know how good they are though.
How did you find playing on the stage at Ali Pali?
One of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done, mate. Honestly, it was.
Did you play Pie Face?
Yeah, so I played Pie Face at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool.
Yeah.
And then I played him again at the O2. And I mean, I've done my stage show and stuff at the Theatre Royal and sold out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was way more nervous for having a little chat with Pie.
yeah.
I don't know what it
Did
is.
you practice session with Peter Wright, didn't you?
Yeah, I went round his house.
Yeah,
that was an experience, I'll tell you that. He's one of my favourites actually, Peter Wright. Yeah, I absolutely love that man. I mean, he's off his rocker, but he's lovely. He started showing me all his chickens and that. He's got like 150 chickens, knows them all by name.
150?
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah, he was like, that one's called Jon Snow.
He's like the Ian Holloway of darts.
Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy as well. We were there doing a bit with Sky, and then the cameras stopped. We were due to go, and he was like, "Do you fancy a pint?" I was like, "Yeah," because he's got a bar in there and everything. He was like, "Just stay," and I was like, "All right." I stayed. We were playing Snip the Pool, and his.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I stayed for a couple of hours. Probably outdid my welcome in the end, but yeah, lovely man. Lovely family too as well.
Yeah, no, it's really good. To be fair, we haven't had the chance to meet Peter yet, but we hopefully will soon.
Yeah, you'll like him.
Yeah.
But finally, just to round it all off,
Yeah.
who do you think will win the World Championships this year?
It's hard to look past Humphreys, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
hard to,
every time.
Yeah,
Every
it's
time.
just so consistent. He's won so much this year as well. I feel like for the content I should go a bit outside the box and try and do a rogue shout, because if I call it now,
Yeah, we'll have to
November the
clip
10th,
that.
you click that.
Yeah.
Shall I go Dimmy? Shall I just round it off and say
Why
Dimmy?
not?
You know what?
Dimitri Vandenberg to win the
I
World
mean,
Championship.
Peter Wright in
He has the
final.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be
Beat
fair.
Peter Wright in the final.
I don't think Peter Wright's going to get anywhere near the final, but I'd love it if he did.
Yeah.
I'd love it if he did. So Dimmy to lift the trophy for me. What do you boys think? If you can't say Humphreys and you can't say Littler, who are you going for?
I would say.
I would love to see MVG win it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say Gary.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was going to say.
Been playing well on
Mate,
the floor this year.
I was gonna say Gary.
He's still got it.
I was
Still
going to
got
say
it.
Gary as
Oh,
well.
it's definitely.
I'm surprised no one said Littler as well, to be fair.
He said not
said
Littler.
Littler.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
word, open your ears, man.
Hindrance starts back again. I can't say Littler.
But Jack, a massive thank you for that, mate.
Oh,
Really,
pleasure,
really
lads.
appreciate that.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice one, boys. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Nice one,
And,
mate. Good to see you.
That's Jack, mate.